Man, it's a lot of anti-blackness. It One thing in our community is so sad to say, but it's a fact. It is a lot of anti-blackness because a lot of our people, unfortunately, they have an inferiority complex when it
Right.
comes to that YT man. So
Yeah,
they don't see themselves strong. So
right.
what they do is, okay, so whatever the YT man say is inferior, let me agree with him so I can have more of a proximity.
Yeah, exactly. And sis, I'm telling you right now, that attitude is not going to get you into the future because their world is falling. I mean, if you don't see it, that's on you. That's
Mm,
you're probably going to be the one that fall with them. But what I'm trying to say is, you are all over it because it's really self hate, and we play these games, but we are traumatized from what happened to us. And if we don't
yeah.
start dealing with that and playing these having these uncomfortable conversations that has to be had, it don't need to be had, it has to be had, because we are rising. And if you don't understand what's really going on, you're going to fall with this world, and his world that's falling. That world
Mm,
is not going to make it going forward in the future. It's over for that type of world.
yeah. That's true. That's facts.
But
I
I just want to
appreciate that.
chime in, sis. I appreciate you putting this up, and let's just keep,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's keep. And I'm gonna step down after this, but I just want to implore all us to keep studying ourselves, because the more and more you study yourself, you realize whether you from here or over there, we all family.
Mm, that's a fact, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, I appreciate that so much, Unity. Thank you so much. Ella, how you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, FBA Black Americans, why do y'all have a problem with Pan Africanism? Um, Personally, I don't have a problem with Pan Africanism. Um, I'm just not African, and I feel like I want to ask you guys, why do you guys have a problem with people identifying with their indigenous?
Because they're anti-black and they're not
I'm
indigenous.
I I'm not I'm asking you on a personal level.
No, it's not personal. It's
No, I'm
because
asking you
they're
on
anti-black.
because you're asking why
So you're
Black
indigenous?
Amer you're asking why Black Americans
They're
um
not indigenous. That's why I answer your question. They're not indigenous. They're from Africa. They came here from
that
Africa
but
hundreds of years ago,
that's the
but they
problem.
are Africans. Those
You
people are not
You
indigenous to
just, the
America.
gentleman just said for people to research their history or their lineage or their ancestral ties. Me personally, my family has researched our history, our lineage, our ancestral ties. I have not found one person led back to Africa.
So what it was
Not one
in
person.
America?
All my ancestral ties have led back to
A
North.
tribe?
Ma'am, I'm trying to explain
Did
to
it? Did
you.
they? Did they
I'm
tie
trying.
back to a
You're
tribe?
asking. Are we gonna have a
So what's the
conversation?
tribe? So what's
Because
the
it
tribe
sounds like
name?
you're more anti-indigenous than I am
Baby,
anti-pan African.
I'm more indigenous than you would ever think,
Okay,
sweetie.
well,
I come
I'm
from a
trying to
very
have a
indigenous
conversation with
place.
you, and you're being very you're
I'm
being
listening to you, but I'm just
no, you're
asking you the
not
tribe.
listening to me. I'm trying to ask you a question, and you're not, and you're attacking me before I can
I
even.
never attacked you. I asked you
Okay,
questions.
no, you're trying. Okay, so I'm asking you because the gentleman said that people need to research their history, their
Hmm.
ancestral ties, their lineage. I'm
And
saying
most of them going to
me,
trace back to Africa. Hmm.
myself, no. I've never traced one ancestral
So you
tie
represent Black
that.
Americans. You represent the whole of Black
Okay,
America, or just yourself?
okay, me myself. I'm not
Okay,
speaking
so you
as
just
a
talking about
group.
yourself. You're not talking about the whole.
I
Okay.
am talking about myself because I can't speak for all of
Okay, well, I
FBA
was
or
talking about the
all
whole. I can hear you.
America.
I understand you talking about yourself, but I was speaking from a more general perspective. But if you want to talk about your personal self, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so me personally, I don't meet too many FBAs or Black American who's anti Pan Africanism. I feel like a lot of people feel like they're being attacked, so they're being defensive. Me personally, I have a lot of African
Look at
friends.
a kickback from Monty Leo when
I have a
she
lot
was talking
of
about Africa.
I have a
Okay.
lot of African friends. I have a lot of West Indies friends. I've been to Africa. I think it's a beautiful place. I think they have their own culture. I have no connections to that place. I wasn't called African. I had no ties to that place. I've been to places in the West Indies. I've been to places in Latin and Hispanic countries. I felt more ties to those places than Africa. And I just feel like a lot of Pan African,
You
um,
felt connected to the Native American peoples?
yes,
She just
because
I
I
didn't ask you
have
what you said. I'm not talking to
ancestral.
you,
that
ma'am.
were
Ma'am,
Can
I'm
I
not talking to
African.
you.
explain?
I'm
Can
not
I
talking to you.
explain? Can I
Girl,
explain?
you
One at a
hold on.
time. I'm
First
not
of all,
talking to
excuse
you.
me.
Can
We're
I
not trying to be
explain
I'm not talking to
myself?
you.
disrespectful.
Okay, but
We're
this I'm
not
not talking to you, ma'am.
disrespectful.
You're over
But you're
talking her,
not
ma'am. I
going to
wasn't talking to
mock
you.
her. You're not gonna mock her or
Okay,
make
you're not gonna
fun.
over talk. Okay, but
Like I
listen, I'm not
said, you
talking
ain't
to
gonna
you.
mock her.
Okay, like I said, I'm not talking to you. It's not your turn. Thank you very much. Anyways, like I said, so Ella, you say you feel more connected to the Latin people. What type of Latin people? The Spaniards?
No, not the
Mm-hmm.
Spaniards. No,
Okay,
not the
which one?
Spaniards. I felt that's nor here or there. What I'm saying is that
So you feel more connected to
I
Latin
had no
Americans than
connection
Africans.
when I went
So
to
why you
you're
look
not
more like an
allowing me
African
to speak,
then why you
ma'am.
look
You're
more like
not
an
allowing
African
me
than the
to
Latin
speak.
American?
When I'm trying to tell you is that there is nothing wrong with people having relationships with people from Africa. Just because you don't identify with Africa doesn't mean that you're anti
So do
Pan
you want to just
Africanism.
glaze
It
over
means
what you
that
just
you're
said?
identifying with your lineage and
Y'all,
your
she
history
glazing over
right
what she
here
just
in
said.
North
She said
Yeah, she
America.
don't need to
she
lay
felt
You
more
guys are
over.
connected
being
to
anti
she
indigenous
felt
to
more
the
connected to
people
Latin
here because
America
we
than she
do
does
not
from
identify
Africa.
with
Make it
being
make sense.
African because all Black
Because you're
Americans are
anti-black.
not
Because
African,
you're
and this is the
anti-black. No,
truth.
you're
Excuse me,
anti-black.
Ella. Where
You're
she come from?
anti-black.
Is
You're
she Black
anti-black.
American?
I'm not
You're
anti. How am
anti-black,
I
and
anti-Black?
you're anti-African
How
because
am
you
I
have an inferiority
anti-African when my
complex
best
to the
friend is
Europeans.
Nigerian?
Okay, can I ask you a question about something you just said that you glazed over? You just said
Is
that you
she
feel
an
more
American Black,
connected.
Ella?
That's none of your business who I am. I don't know you, so that's none of your business who I
She
am.
asks if I'm
I'm a
American
black
Indian.
American from America. So I'm gonna ask you, right?
It's like
So
you're
you
so
because we're not having
emotional.
you're
You
not
can't
having an
even listen
argument,
to the
right?
conversation. You want to
But
be
you're
so
saying a whole bunch of
divisive and
stuff.
argumentative. You're not even
I'm
having a
divisive because
conversation.
you think that you're
Yes, because you're
indigenous.
not because you're so overly emotional because someone say that they're not African. You
Ella,
take it as it is
Ma'am,
literally
you're
an
talking
attack
about
on you.
you, but this is the thing, right? You're talking about you. You are one person.
Yes, I
I'm
am
talking about.
talking about
Oh,
me
but
because
hold
there
up.
are many other
I'm
people
talking
like
about.
myself.
So you're comparing yourself to the general. So you're
No,
using your example
I'm
to
comparing myself to
to the
myself, and there
general
are others like
the
myself.
general ignorant people
There
who have an
so now
inferiority
I'm
complex.
ignorant because I have
Well,
done
not
my
you directly.
genealogy. I
No,
have done research
not
on my
you.
family, so
So
I'm
what tribe are you
ignorant.
from? So what's your
I'm
tribe?
ignorant
Ella,
because you
she's
don't know
only
So what's
anything
your
about
talking.
tribe?
me.
She's rich.
So what's your tribe? Can you tell us your tribe?
Ma'am, I'm telling you, it doesn't need because I would have to go down, run everything down to you with my tribes. My family is connected to many tribes in North
Okay.
America, and I'm not only connected to tribes in North America. On my father's side, I am connected to the Siberian, Mongolian, Native Americans. Okay, so I have it
Well,
on
those
both
are the
sides,
Native
on my mama's
Americans.
side and my daddy's
Black
side.
people are Native
On my
Americans, though.
mama's side and my
They
daddy's
were mixed
side.
with the
On
Native
my
Americans,
mother's
but
side
black
and my
people are not
father's
Native
side, ma'am.
Americans.
On
So can I ask you a
my
question?
mother and my
That
father's
black
side.
people are not Native
So can
Americans?
I
On
ask
my
you?
mother
No,
and
they're
my
not.
father's
They're
side.
not. So can I ask
Okay, let
you a
me ask you a
On
question?
my
common sense
mother and
question.
So
father's
Let me
side.
ask you.
so Ella, can I ask you a question? So you just made a statement and you said that you feel more connected to the Latin Americans than you do the Africans. Is that
I
true?
feel more connected to this continent, the Americas,
You
South,
said the Latin American people.
North,
That's what you said.
West Indies, I feel more connected to the Americas than the continent of Africa because we are connected to these people on this continent.
So you feel more connected to Mexicans than you would to Africans.
I feel more connected to the indigenous Mexicans.
So
So
you're of the same type as the indigenous Mexicans. So why you look African?
Ma'am, you show me show me a picture where I look African. Because
On
I
your
can
profile
show you
picture.
a picture where I look more like the indigenous people over in Mexico and Panama.
Well, if you think
I
they,
can
did you
show
know it's a
you a
lot of Africans
picture,
in Panama?
ma'am.
It's a
I
lot
can
of
show
Africans
you
in
a
Panama.
picture where I look
I know
like the
Panamanians. They're
indigenous
very
people
African.
over in Panama
You look
and
indigenous to
Mexico.
Africa.
I'm talking about the indigenous people that lives
Right, but
in
you look indigenous
Mexico
to
and
Africa.
Panama.
Right, but you look
I can
indigenous to
show you
Africa.
plenty of pictures where I look like people
I'm looking at
all
your profile
over
picture
the
right now.
globe,
I'm
not
looking at your
only in
profile picture right
Africa.
now. No, you look indigenous to Africa. You look West
No,
African. Nothing's wrong with
I
that.
have my phenotype is connected to many different um
Many
looks
different
all
West
over the
African
globe,
countries.
ma'am.
West African countries,
And that's
right.
funny how you
We
say
are
So you
that
not
look
I
like you
look
from
African.
East
African.
Asia?
When
You
I
do.
visit Africa,
We are
no
not
one called
African.
me African. They called me a foreigner when I literally went to
You
Africa.
probably
I was
dress like a
never called an
foreigner.
African.
You dress like a
You're
foreigner. That's
calling me an
why.
African, but when I went and visit
You
Africa,
look West
no
African,
one
ma'am.
called me
Nothing's wrong with looking West
African when I
African.
went to Africa. That's funny. I was never addressed
You
as
don't
an
look so you
African
feel
when I
like you
went
look
to
more
Africa.
you feel like you look more like a Mexican than an African?
Ma'am, some of the indigenous Aboriginal Mexican people, yes, ma'am, they look more to my phenotype than the Mexicans you think that are indigenous.
I'm gonna make this simple, and I'm gonna just get off the platform after I say what I say. If you put two so-called black people together, they can make
They're gonna
a
look like
white
some
baby.
Africans.
They can make a white baby.
They're gonna make a white
But if
baby
you
because
put
they have European
but let me speak, let me speak. You're not gonna
they're
shut
gonna
me
make
up.
a
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
no,
am
you're not.
though. I am though. They're gonna make a white baby because they have European ancestry. That's why they're gonna make a white baby.
Girl,
But go ahead,
and
continue.
what is the hair texture on
I'm
your
listening to
head?
you and you're not making no sense. So let me say what I gotta say and I get up
They're
off the
gonna make a
platform.
white baby because they're gonna just have European blood in their
I am
body.
European. You're saying something, but I'm proving you're wrong right now. I
She
am
won't let you
European. And you
talk.
Need no ball, dead.
It takes 30 days to drop them in. So that's
but did you